The feud between Prince Charles and Princess Diana shook the monarchy, and James Hewitt was caught in the middle. Diana, once branded the villain and the third person in the marriage, struggled to rebuild her image. For years, a quiet rumor lingered about Prince Harry, the redhead who never quite fit in. Some pointed to his looks, others to something deeper. Now, a shocking DNA test has reignited everything. James Hewitt, once Diana's close friend, and possibly more, has finally spoken out. As Tina Brown detailed, their friendship became romantic. Many quietly wondered, could Hewitt be Harry's real father? Even Queen Camilla reportedly tried to bury the rumor, but it never disappeared. The DNA test suggests there's more than just gossip. It hints at a secret Camilla may have hidden for decades. Was she protecting her own place in the royal family? Was Harry's true identity deliberately concealed? Harry's appearance always stood out. Fiery red hair, a wide smile, traits rare in the royal bloodline. Unlike William, who resembled Charles, Harry raised eyebrows from the start. As he grew, the whispers intensified. When Diana and Charles's marriage fell apart, Hewitt appeared, a tall, charming army officer who grew close to Diana during a difficult time. Their connection deepened, and speculation grew. The timing of Harry's birth and Diana's closeness to Hewitt only added fuel. Photos showing similarities between Hewitt and Harry, hair, jawline, smile, circulated widely. Though Hewitt denied paternity, many remained skeptical, suspecting the truth was hidden to protect Diana or the monarchy. The royal family never addressed the rumors. The press didn't stop asking. And Camilla? She stayed silent, even as she rose from mistress to queen. Insiders now wonder if her silence masked deeper knowledge. She was close to Charles throughout the scandal, and perhaps to the truth. The whispers never left Harry. From tabloids to tweets, questions followed him into adulthood, into marriage, and across the Atlantic. They didn't just haunt him, they cast a shadow over Diana's legacy and Charles's fatherhood. Now, with new DNA results shedding light on decades of speculation, what was once rumor has become a public reckoning. Was it all just tabloid fiction, or a secret the royals tried to keep buried? Only time and truth will tell. Camilla has always been a polarizing figure, not just Charles's partner, but the woman who came between him and Diana. From public dislike to her current role as queen, her journey has been turbulent. She's remained strong, endured hate, and stayed silent through many scandals. But now, that silence is being questioned, especially when it comes to Prince Harry. For years, she defended the royal image, smiled through awkward moments, and kept walking tall. But behind palace walls, things may have been very different. Sources claim Camilla may have known about the rumors surrounding Harry's birth for years. Some even believe she helped keep the truth hidden. Why? Possibly for power. Camilla's position in the royal family was never secure. She was once the other woman, and maybe silence was her way of securing her future. Many people didn't trust Camilla. Some still don't. If the truth about Harry not being Charles's real son had come out back then, it could have shattered the royal image and ended her path to queenship. So maybe it was easier to bury the truth. Camilla and Diana had a tense relationship. Diana once said, "There were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded," clearly pointing at Camilla. Some believed Camilla was jealous of Diana's beauty, charm, and the way the public adored her. Diana lit up every room, while Camilla stood in her shadow. Could that jealousy have led her to suppress any story that revealed Diana's pain, or hinted at Harry's real father? Recently, private letters and notes have resurfaced. In them, Camilla reportedly instructed palace staff to control the narrative and protect the royal image. At the time, it seemed normal, just a queen-in-waiting doing damage control. But in light of the DNA results, those messages now seem far from innocent. Since the DNA news broke, she's remained silent. No interviews, no statements, nothing to calm the storm. That silence is deafening. If she had nothing to hide, wouldn't she defend Harry? Wouldn't she protect the family? Instead, She's as silent now as she was when Diana cried for help. And that silence raises questions. Is it guilt? Strategy? Or is there still more she doesn't want the world to know? The world is watching Queen Camilla. Every word she avoids is being examined. Her future may depend on what she chooses to say, or not say. If she stays silent, public trust may never return. But if she speaks the truth, no matter how painful, it could finally give Harry and the world the answers they've long searched for. As for James Hewitt, he stayed quiet for years. No interviews, no tell-all books, no TV appearances. Still, the rumors followed him. People whispered, "Is he Harry's real father?" Even when he said, "No, I'm not," the questions never stopped. Now, after decades, James Hewitt is finally speaking out. And this time, the world is listening. In a recent interview, James Hewitt sat calmly, the weight of years of silence etched on his face. He wasn't angry or loud, but every word he spoke carried truth and pain. "I denied it again and again," he said. But people didn't want the truth, they wanted drama. The idea that Princess Diana's son might have a different father was irresistible to tabloids. Magazines published side-by-side photos of James and Harry, comparing red hair, smiles, mannerisms. They built a story on gossip and timelines that simply wasn't true. Now, DNA results have confirmed it. James Hewitt is not Prince Harry's biological father. But the real shock came when Hewitt hinted at what happened behind palace doors. "I wasn't the only one who knew the truth," he said. "Important people inside the palace knew, and chose silence. They let the rumors grow." That one sentence set the world on fire. If the palace always knew, why didn't anyone speak up? Why allow the public to believe a lie for decades? Hewitt didn't name names, but his words suggested a quiet cover-up. The truth, he said, was buried not out of doubt, but to protect reputations. Reputations, he said softly, were more important than honesty. Many now wonder if Queen Camilla was one of those who wanted the truth hidden. Her long, complicated history with Diana gave her every reason to avoid scandal and protect the royal image. James also spoke about the toll on Prince Harry. "Can you imagine growing up with the world doubting who your father is?" he asked. Every time Harry smiled or cracked a joke, someone would say, "He's just like Hewitt." James said it wasn't fair, to Harry or to any child. He didn't speak with anger. He didn't blame Harry. Instead, he pleaded, "Leave Harry out of this. Stop dragging our names through an old mess." But the most powerful moment came at the end. Looking straight into the camera, James said, "The truth was always there. Some people just didn't want it to come out." It felt like more than a closing thought. It felt like a warning. Many believe it was aimed directly at Queen Camilla. The palace's silence since the interview has only deepened public curiosity. No response from Camilla. No explanation from the royals. But Hewitt's words still echo, and now that the truth is out, no one can bury it again. For Prince Harry, the royal life wasn't always a dream. Growing up in palaces and wearing fine clothes looked perfect from the outside, but inside, there were shadows. Even as a boy, Harry stood out. Bright red hair, cheeky smile, playful spirit. But those same traits made him a target. Compared to his brother William, who looked and acted more like King Charles, Harry often felt like the outsider. The spare. The one in the background. The press was relentless. If he laughed, they called him immature. If he looked downcast, they labeled him troubled. And always, the whispers followed, about who his real father might be. These rumors were everywhere. In magazines, newspapers, radio shows, and dinner conversations. Photos of James Hewitt and Harry were scrutinized endlessly. Though no one said it to his face, Harry surely felt it. In time, he began speaking out, sharing his pain, his confusion, his search for belonging. In his memoir Spare, he revealed how deeply he struggled with identity. He felt judged, unloved, and often lost. And now, many believe he may have always sensed the truth, buried beneath decades of silence. Inside the palace, Harry often felt left out, like a stranger in his own home. He didn't get the same support or understanding as William. If Queen Camilla helped hide that truth, the emotional damage cuts far deeper. Let's not forget, Harry lost his mother, Princess Diana, as a young boy. She was his protector. When Harry and Meghan left royal life and moved to America, it shocked many. But the signs were always there. He wasn't just leaving behind a title. He was escaping hidden truths and protecting his new family from the chaos he grew up in. Now that the DNA truth is public, Harry might finally get answers, but also new pain. Who knew? Did anyone think to tell him? Was his whole life based on a lie? The royal family's silence only adds to the confusion. Like the rest of the world, Harry is likely still piecing it all together. This isn't just about crowns and titles. It's about a boy who always wondered where he belonged, and a man still searching for the truth. The recent DNA revelation hasn't just rocked Harry, it's shaken the entire royal family. This isn't a minor scandal. It's a full-blown crisis that could change how the monarchy is seen around the world. For centuries, the royals have symbolized tradition and unity. But now that legacy feels unstable. Trust is everything for a public institution, and once it's broken, it's hard to restore. Queen Camilla's role is under intense scrutiny. Her path to becoming queen was already controversial, marked by her affair with Charles while he was still married to Diana. Over time, she softened her image and won over some of the public. But if she knew the truth about Harry and stayed silent, everything changes. The trust she built could collapse. Was she protecting the family, or just herself? Either way, public backlash could be fierce. And as the media storm grows, Camilla's silence is only making things worse. Her refusal to speak makes it seem like she's hiding something. Then there's King Charles. He's in a tough spot. If he knew from the start that Harry might not be his biological son but chose to raise and love him anyway, some may admire him more. It would show heart and character, valuing love over blood. But if he helped cover up the truth, people will feel betrayed. Some might say he played a role in deceiving the public for decades. This situation also brings the focus back to Princess Diana, the one person who can no longer speak for herself. Was she silenced? But this time feels different. The truth is already out. It's viral. Social media's ablaze, headlines are everywhere, and debates are happening on every major outlet. The palace can't hide behind closed gates anymore. If the royal family wants to survive this, they'll need to do more than stay quiet. They'll need to be honest. People are tired of lies. They want truth. And they want to know that those leading the monarchy are worthy of that trust. Whatever happens next, one thing remains clear. Princess Diana's kindness and presence are still deeply loved. No matter what Camilla does, Diana's memory shines brighter. That must feel like a shadow Camilla can never escape. When Camilla saw young Princess Charlotte wearing Diana's tiara, it likely struck her hard. It wasn't just a crown, it was a symbol of how Diana still lives on through the next generation. Camilla may have smiled, but deep down, it hurt. Feelings she'd buried resurfaced. Maybe she felt forgotten. Maybe she felt angry. No matter how high she's risen, Diana's name still holds more love. In that moment, Camilla lost control. Charlotte stood as a symbol of the future, young, graceful, and already drawing comparisons to her grandmother, Princess Diana. When she wore Diana's tiara, it wasn't just dress-up, it was powerful. To the public, it was a heartfelt tribute. But to Queen Camilla, it may have felt like being overshadowed again. Inside the palace, Camilla reportedly lost her temper. Witnesses said they'd never seen her like that, raising her voice, demanding to know why Charlotte wore the tiara without her permission. One source claimed she stormed out, slamming the door, leaving behind a tense silence. Camilla carried on with official duties later that day, but the mood inside the palace had shifted. Staff were uneasy. Some insiders said Camilla felt disrespected, others believed it touched a deeper nerve, jealousy. Diana's granddaughter wearing such a symbolic piece may have reopened old wounds. The story soon leaked, triggering a wave of public reaction. Social media exploded. Many praised Charlotte for honoring Diana, saying she looked just like her. Others sided with Camilla, arguing she should have had a say over royal heirlooms. But most agreed, Diana's legacy remains unmatched. Media outlets questioned if the royal family was still divided and whether Camilla still lived in Diana's shadow. Meanwhile, William and Kate stayed silent. But insiders confirmed they supported Charlotte's choice. For them, it wasn't about drama, it was about honoring Diana. Seeing Charlotte wear the tiara was a powerful moment of love, legacy, and family tradition. Kate, recovering from cancer, made her first public appearance at King Charles's birthday parade, arriving at Buckingham Palace with her children. She was proud of Charlotte and what the moment represented. William, while more reserved, carried the quiet weight of his mother's memory, letting his daughter carry that legacy forward, just as Diana would have wanted. Prince William knew better than anyone how messy things could get when private family matters became public. Having lived through his parents' turbulent divorce, he understood the pain that came when the media and public chose sides. That's why he chose silence. His restraint wasn't indifference, it was protection. As a future king, he knew the weight of every word, and staying quiet was a strategic choice to prevent more chaos. To the public, Charlotte simply wore a tiara. But in the world of royalty, every detail carries symbolic weight. That tiara, once worn by Diana, held layers of meaning. It wasn't just about jewelry, it was about legacy. For many, seeing Charlotte in it felt like Diana's spirit living on. But Queen Camilla didn't see it that way. Her reported anger, raised voice, slammed door, left palace staff shaken. Witnesses said it was unlike anything they'd seen from her. Some believed she felt blindsided, perhaps even jealous. After all, Diana's legacy still overshadows Camilla, despite the passing years. The outburst leaked, and the public split. Team Diana versus Team Camilla. Social media exploded. Many praised Charlotte for honoring Diana's memory. Others defended Camilla's authority as queen. But most agreed, Diana's presence still looms large over the monarchy. Even newspapers asked, is the royal family still divided? Is Camilla still living in Diana's shadow? As all eyes turned to the drama, William and Kate stood firm. Kate, especially, took pride in seeing Charlotte wear Diana's tiara. For her, it wasn't about conflict, it was about family, tradition, and strength. Charlotte wasn't just wearing a crown, she was stepping into history. Camilla's reaction reminded everyone that Diana's legacy still stirs raw emotions. And with the next generation rising, Charlotte, George, and Louis, those memories will only grow stronger. Camilla can't erase Diana from the royal narrative. Her legacy is etched into its very heart. Charlotte is quickly becoming a symbol of the future, a blend of royal tradition and a modern, beloved lineage. While Camilla may hold the crown, Diana holds something greater, the eternal love of the people. And through Charlotte, that love lives on. In the end, this wasn't just about a tiara. It was about memory, emotion, and legacy. Princess Charlotte, in her innocence, reminded the world that Diana's story is far from over. It lives on, in her children, and now, in her grandchildren. Camilla may wear the title, but Diana still wears the heart of the people. So, was Queen Camilla right to be upset? Or was Charlotte simply honoring her grandmother's legacy? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more royal stories, secrets, and surprises. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and remember, even a tiara can shake a palace.